Hello students, I am NK Thukral from Edupedia World. Students, today I am going to talk on the chapter Staffing in Business Studies. As let's have first of all introduction of staffing as well as meaning of staffing. As you must be aware that every business house needs employees, or you can say staff, to which we represent as staffing. Staffing is an integral part of the management process as organization cannot exist without human resources. Like man, machine, material is required for the organization. Similarly, staffing is also required. Human resource is also required. Without human resource, organization cannot survive. In a new enterprise, the staffing function is performed after planning and organizing. When a business house makes plans, organize the things, then staffing function is required. After making the plans and creating the organization structure, the management gets to know the human resource requirements. After that, various activities relating to staffing function are conducted to fulfill these requirements. However, in an existing enterprise, staffing is a continuous process because new jobs may be created and some of the existing employees may leave the organization and new staff is appointed. Further, I can say that staffing is one of the most important functions of management. In fact, it is a process of filling vacant position by appointing the right personnel at the right job and at the right time. Hence, everything will occur in the right manner. Like right material is required for an organization, similarly, right human resource is also required and for the right job and the right time. It is universal truth that human resources is one of the greatest parts of every organization, because in any organization all other resources like money, material, machines, etc. can be utilized efficiently and effectively by the positive efforts of the human resource. If even machine is lying idle but human resource is not there to utilize, how to utilize that? It is no use for the business organization and the machine. So we say that human resource and proper human resource, right human resource is required so that efficiently and effectively the business is conducted. Thus, it is too important that each and every personnel in the organization should be appointed at the right job according to their ability, talent, aptitude and specialization. So let's have the meaning of staffing. As you can see in the slide, staffing is that part of the process of management which is concerned with the obtaining, utilizing and maintaining a satisfactory and satisfied workforce. So what is important here? It is a management process, that is very clear. Further, this process is concerned with what? First of all, obtaining the staff, then utilizing, how to utilize that staff, and maintaining also. It is as important as obtaining the staff. Unless you maintain the staff, you cannot proceed further with the same staff, as effective results may not be yielded. So maintaining a staff and satisfying workforce, this is the meaning of staffing. Further, I can say that the foundation of any organization is the talented and hard-working people who are the principal assets of any firm. So which we can say as human resource asset. So adequate staffing or the provision for appropriate human resources is an essential requirement for any organization success. Let's have a definition of staffing by one of the author. One of the author, A.K. Singh, defines the staffing as staffing is the process of providing jobs to deserving people through the function of recruitment, selection and training with a view to getting benefits from them. As we have said in the meaning, as you can see in the slide, obtaining, utilizing and maintaining. Similarly, recruitment, selection and training with a view to getting benefits from them for the achievement of preset goals of the organization. You see, always every organization has a preset goals to how, and these goals are needs to be obtained and achieved so that proper human resources there, only then effectively the results can be achieved. So overall scope of staffing is just not restricted to just filling the job position. It includes a series of activities like manpower planning, recruitment, selection, training and development, etc. Staffing function has assumed greater importance nowadays because of the rapid advancement of technology, increasing size of organization and complicated behavior of human beings. Further, in simple words, staffing as well as staffing function relates to manpower planning, recruitment selection and placement of employees at the right places and the right time. And number 3, on training and development through counseling and performance evaluation, and further employees welfare including safety and health, and maintaining healthy labor relations and framing suitable compensation policies. So all these functions are coming under the word staffing. Now let's go ahead, students. Let's see what are the features of staffing. Number 1 feature is an integral part of the management process. Staffing is an integral part of the management process as organization cannot exist without human resources. So it may be a small organization, maybe a large business house or institution or even school, any institution, whether financial or non-financial or any type of organization, it's a big one or large one. It is a management process and without human resource, it cannot survive. Another, it is pervasive. It means it is performed by all managers at all levels. Another feature is it is a continuing process. Staffing is a continuous function. It is a continuous function and process performed by every manager to ensure successful functioning of his department and further to develop his successors. Since staffing is a continuous function, it will be effective in realizing the goals of the organization. Another feature is it deals with people. It deals with people as it is concerned with people at work and their relationship, their training, development, etc. So feature of staffing is it always deals with people. It has a wide scope including a series of activities. It has a wide scope as it includes a series of activities like manpower planning, recruitment, selection, placement, training, development, etc. etc. Another feature of staffing is a multiple objective activity. Means staffing has a function to perform all type of function. What are the objectives of staffing? So that employees ultimately organizations goals are achieved. So staffing is a multiple objective activity since it has to fulfill its responsibility towards organization also, employees also and society also. So this human resource department which do the staffing is a very important department in any organization. So that department, I mean to say, it includes staffing that have multiple objective activities. Further, I can say that it is a difficult function with problems of social, philosophical and psychological nature. So after knowing the features of staffing, let's see what is the scope of staffing. The scope of staffing, number 1 is a process of obtaining and maintaining capable and competent people. You see, in the staffing scope is number 1, it's to recruit people, and number 2, it's a maintenance of the people, but right kind of people. That's why we say that competent people. If competent people will be there, only organization can succeed. Otherwise, without competent people or without right kind of people, organization cannot proceed further. So it in the scope of staffing is a very well obtaining, maintaining and capable to maintain competent people. Another scope is include series of activities like manpower planning, recruitment, selection and training, etc. So the scope of staffing is not restricted to just filling the job positions. It includes all type of activities like plan the manpower, then how to recruit, what should be the process needs to be followed, to make process and follow the process, and selection process. Further, to how to train the new recruitment persons. Unless you train the person, they will not be able to do the kind of job organization requires. Further, development is parallelly is an exercise of staffing. Another is recognizes importance of every single person employed. You see, staffing recognizes the importance of every single person employed by an organization as it is individual worker who is the ultimate performer. Each and every kind of people who is being recruited needs to perform for the organization. So staffing recognizes the importance of every single person. Another one is fills the organization structure. Staffing always fills the organization structure. An organization structure is only an empty shell without the right kind of person. Without persons or without human resource or kind of best human resource, the organization structure has no meaning. So staffing aims, but the objective is that to fill these empty shells with the right kind of people. Another point is that it should take into account the interest of both employer and employee. So staffing should take into account both interest, employer as well as employee. It should be consistent with the basic overall policies of the unit, and it should be complete in all respects. Also, further, it should be known that it should be simple and precise. The policies should be very simple as well as precise. It should be reasonably stable and permanent, and it should be flexible in relation to changes in environment. Further, staffing should take into account variations in the capabilities, interest, and attitude of employees. It should be uniformly applicable to all members of the organizations. This is what the scope of the staffing is. So students, let's go ahead and see what is the importance of staffing. But before discussing point-wise importance, let me tell you students that human resources are the foundation of any business. The performance of an organization depends on the competence and performance of human resources. A business can succeed only when it is capable of hiring and developing the right kind of people, as we have discussed in features of staffing. So let's see what are the points of importance. Number one point is filling jobs with competent personnel. Staffing helps in discovering and obtaining competent personnel for various jobs. That's why the staffing is said it's an important function. Another is better performance. Proper staffing ensures higher performance by putting the right person on the right job. Always we can say that staffing function helps in discovering of qualified and obtaining competent personnel for various jobs in the organization. Since the right person is recruited for the right job, it leads for the maximum productivity and higher performance. Another is survival and growth. Staffing is the key to other managerial functions, as all the functions of an organization are performed by people only. Staffing ensures continuous survival and growth of the enterprise through succession planning for managers. Further, I can say that since the staffing helps to ensure maximum utilization of human resource exists, the labor cost per unit of production will be drastically reduced. Another importance of staffing is optimum utilization of human resources. Staffing leads to efficient functioning of the organization due to systematic programs for selection, training, and appraisal of employees are required for proper staffing function. Optimum utilization is done under staffing. Proper manpower planning is there, proper recruitment is there, proper selection is there, and if those all are proper, then the organization definitely succeeds, and it enables the organization to procure required quantity and quality of human force. As a result, the staffing process facilitates optimum use of human resources by avoiding overstaffing and preventing disruption of work due to shortage of personnel. Another point is improve job satisfaction and morale. If any organization has a good policy and proper selection procedure and proper development program, training program is there, only then staffing can improve. And proper staffing improves the job satisfaction and morale of employees also. That is done through objective assessment and fair rewarding of their contribution. So that's why we say that Always proper selection procedure must be there in the organization, since it improves the organization's goals also, it achieves the organization goals also, and improves the job satisfaction for the employees also. Further, the use of latest technology can be achieved by the right person selected in the organization. So now, after knowing the features of staffing and importance of staffing, we can conclude we must say that staffing function must be performed efficiently by all organizations. If right kind of employees are not available, it will lead to wastage of materials, time, efforts, energy, resulting in lower productivity. So it is essential that right kind of people must be available in right number at the right time. They may also be induced to show higher productivity and quality by offering them proper incentive. So staffing is a very close process of the organization. So let's go ahead, students. Now let us discuss on HRM, staffing and human resource management. Students, I must tell you that staffing is an inherent part of human resource management. What is human resource management? It is a process which brings people and organizations together so that organization and individual goals could be achieved. So let's see what is HRM, or I can say what is human resource management. It is a process of managing people in organizations in a structured and thorough manner. This covers the fields of staffing also. So human resource management that covers the fields of staffing. Further, what it covers: retention of people, pay and perks, setting and management, performance management, change management, and taking case of exit from the company to round off the activities. This is the traditional definition of HRM, which leads some experts to define it as a modern version of personal management function. Second definition of HRM encompasses the management of people in organization from a macro perspective, that is, managing people in the form of a collective relationship between management and employees. So how we can define HRM? Human resource management is the art of procuring, developing, and maintaining competent workforce to achieve the goals of an organization in an effective and efficient manner. So we can say that human resource management is a process of recruitment and selecting employees, providing orientation and induction, training and development, assessment of employees, providing compensation and benefits, motivating, maintaining proper relations with employees and with trade unions also, maintaining employees with safety also, welfare also, and healthy measures in compliance with the labor laws of the land. All are the function of human resource management. So let us categorically say what are the activities involved in human resource management. As you can see in the slide, number 1 is recruitment, number 2 is analyzing jobs and collective information, number 3 is developing incentive plans also, number 4 is placement and orientation and training and development, performance appraisal, maintaining labor relations, handling grievances and complaints, welfare of employees, and last, defending the company in lawsuits. All are these activities involved in human resource management. All are the functions of human resource management. The important function is that analyzing jobs as well as giving continuous training and develop the employees. How they can be developed? Only appraisal, performance appraisal is done regularly and of each and every employee, so that wherever the employee is not working properly or not giving the results, he may be trained and developed further. And also development of all employees for the new jobs as and when comes to them for the organization. Beside these, grievances are there, all needs to be handled by human resource development. So we can say that human resource management is a much broader concept and includes a wider range of activities. So let's go ahead, students. Let us briefly discuss evaluation of human resource management. how the industrial revolution was there. Evolution of the concept of human resource management was that earlier the society was primarily an agricultural economy with limited production. Number of specialized crafts was limited and was usually carried out within a village or community with apprentices assisting the master craftsmen. So communication channels were very limited. Thereafter, industrial revolution marked the conversion of economy from agriculture based to industry based. So modernization and increased means if communication gave way to industrial setup. The present day HRM has evolved from a number of interrelated developments. Like you can see in the slide, it's a labor relation officer, personal manager and human resource manager. All are interrelated functions between all these type of officers. Labor relation officer means the industrial revolution led to the emergence of trade unions. These unions felt the need of a person who could act as a mediator between the owners and workers. It resulted in appointment of labor welfare officer. However, his role was limited to the welfare of activities of employees only. Another officer was personal manager. With the introduction of factory system, number of persons began to be employed under one roof. So there was a need for a person who could assume the responsibility of recruitment, selection and placement of personnel. So that's when the personal manager was felt to be recruited. Number 3, human resource manager. The fast changing technological developments necessitated the need for new skill development and training of employees. People came to be recognized as a valuable resource. Increase in the scope of work led to replacement of personal manager with human resource manager, and activities were further widened of human resource manager. However, after having all these type of interrelated departments and officers like labor relation officer, personal manager and human resource manager, ultimately, concludingly, we can say that staffing is an inherent part of human resource management. That's why we say that inherent part of the management, since it is a practice of finding, evaluating and establishing a working relationship with people only. Staffing is a staff activity because of advisory role played by HRD, human resource development. So it is a distinct function area of management, just like marketing management and financial management. So students, we have discussed enough on this HRM, staffing and features of staffing and relation with the human resource management. So let's wind up for the class today. In the next session, we will discuss on staffing process. So bye bye. Thank you.